Hey everyone, welcome to Gabe's Cave. Before we get started today, I'm going to thank our sponsors. That's RPGhiring.com. Make sure you check them out if you're looking for a new career. They're building people, changing lives. And our new sponsor, Comic Shield. If you're looking for a good solution to mail your comics, be it raw or graded, they've got boxes for both and other solutions as well. Make sure you check them out for comic shipping. That's Comic Shield, comic-shield.com. Great people and awesome products. And before we get into today's video, I just want to say we do giveaways every single week. For those that are new here and don't know, after the main topic of the video, we do an interview with an artist every single week, different artist, where we give away one-of-one art cards. So if you're new, or if you didn't know, if you've been on the channel for a while, we do give stuff away every week, so make sure you check that out. Also, a few announcements here. Cowtown Comic-Con is October 22nd, 23rd at the Will Rogers Memorial Center in Fort Worth, Texas. We'll be there. Make sure you come out and hang out with us. Cowtown is super cool. There's going to be lots of artists there. At our table alone, we'll have Tony Fleece, Tone Rodriguez, Aaron Bartling, Seth Groves, and Muhammad Jelani hanging out with us. Maybe more, but there will be a ton of artists at the show. It's a very fun show, very relaxed, and we'll be doing interviews and whatnot as well. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or Texas or anywhere and you want to fly in and hang out with us, come on in. Other than that, we'll jump right into today's video, which is a super cool Lego build here, T-Rex Breakout. This is from the first movie. We are going to be building this today, or I'm going to be building this today, so I hope you enjoy. I'm really looking forward to it. And I love what Lego's doing these days with this this like diorama style they've got. There's got some Star Wars ones and this one, and I'm looking forward to the future ones that they do. We're going to tear it open and get to building here, and you can listen to some cool music and watch me in like 500 times speed. This one was a really fun build for me. Always loved the first Jurassic Park movie and the Jeeps. I'm a big car person, and they're not Jeeps. These are actually Ford Explorers. But I've always loved these Explorers. It's cool seeing them at shows and at museums and cons and stuff like that. And I've always loved this set. Particularly this scene here has always been a cool one. And I think this little diorama piece by Lego has done a good job at it. And there's so much cool stuff here, and I'll spin this thing around on this little. We'll start off with the overhead camera here, Alejandro, if you can switch it to it. It's cool how they've done everything, because like you've got the two kids behind the car, just like the scene. There are T-Rex footprints here, the tracks in the road there, and I was building, and I was thinking, oh, that's just where the glass broke on the the roof of the car or whatever. But then I realized it's the water puddles and the T-Rex tracks. It's so cool to me. For such a small set, the attention to detail. Go back to the front camera here. You have like the little 10,000, what does it say? Yeah, 10,000 volts signs here. You've got him standing with the road flare, which is iconic scene there. Somewhere here it says no flash photography somewhere. What does it say? Let's see. No feeding, no flash photography, and no yelling. It says it several times along the fence line here. Inside the truck itself, you got Ian Malcolm in there, just hanging out. You've got the two cups on the front dash there. When the T-Rex is walking, the cups vibrate, and it's got the ripples in the water. It has the little computer screen inside there, and in the back you have the flashlight. When I don't remember her name, but she grabs the flashlight and shines it in the T-Rex eyes. All that's in there and in good detail. They've got the license plate on the back. This is car number 5. The crushed one is car number 4. It does say Ford Explorer, which is cool. It's got the Jurassic Park logo. Even the little brush guard on the front with the lights is pretty accurate to the movie, and it's so neat to see it all in a Lego piece. On the back side here, good detail. You've got the little chain where they fed the goat. It's just hanging. That's just something that they didn't have to add, but they did, and it's so cool. Even the book is cool. I mean, most of the time it just has a picture of what it is on the front. They've got like the full jungle on the book here, and it's really, really cool. And Lego's getting so good about doing the attention to detail on stuff like this. It's a small kit, but it's almost like the Ultimate Collector series for Star Wars, and every line of Lego kind of has their own collector series, and you always notice that by the colored Lego pieces at the bottom and the black box. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the build here, and if you're looking for this set, I would recommend it if you're into the vehicles and the scenes and the stuff like that. And I really hope they come out with other cool ones. I do have a couple of Star Wars ones that they dropped around the same time as this one I'll be building at some point on the channel. But that's all they've made so far, and I'm looking forward to this movie diorama line that they hopefully will expand on and make a lot of cool other stuff too that we all love to watch and build. So we'll jump right into the giveaway. This week we're giving away Ryan Finley. We'll go ahead and run some winners here. And this week's Artist Spotlight is Ashley Marsh. We hope you enjoy the interview with Ashley. And Ashley, thank you for doing that with us as well.
Today we have Ashley Marsh. How are you doing, Ashley?
Great. How are you?
I am absolutely incredible. It's finally good to meet you. I know I hadn't get to see you before, and I know we've talked several times on Messenger and things like that. Mm-hmm. So how's your world going right now?
It's great. I mean, I live next to a beach, so can't be too bad.
It can't be too bad. Great. You're right. You're right. Well, thank you again for joining us. This is your third set with us, or
Yes.
Third set, right? And you're also on set number 4, series 4, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Well, good. Well, I know everybody always starts out with some kind of crazy question. I really don't have one of those questions.
That's fine.
But it's been really good talking to you this morning, and so let's dive into it. We really do appreciate you being part of Gabe's Cave, and the work that you do. I've said it many times; is absolutely incredible. I'm actually a little jealous because when you mailed these in the first time they came in, they felt still sticky, and we had to set them out and dry for, I don't know, all this time. We've kept them drying because we didn't want them to stick inside the plastic, but your work is so incredible, so detailed. How long have you been painting?
Professionally, I've been a full-time artist for roughly 6 years. I have been painting, like, if I think back on my childhood, like, that's the first memories that I have is, like, my dad had bought me this easel when I was, like, 2 or 3, and I've been painting since then. So, I mean, it's all I've ever wanted to do. It's all I've ever done. Like, it's always been my focus. I feel really lucky to be able to do it for a living now.
So you said 6 years ago you dived in it full time or professionally.
Yes.
How did you get there? Because you said you've been drawing all these years.
Yeah, so I'd actually, like, I grew up in a small town, and I went straight into, getting a full-time job right out of school. So I actually worked at a chemical engineering site for almost 10 years, and I was just miserable. I wasn't happy. Like, my heart hurt. Like, it was just draining the life out of me. And, like, I talked to my husband, and he was so supportive. And he's like, it's because this is not what you're supposed to be doing for a living. And I'm like, it's scary to quit, a job that you've been with for 10 years with benefits and, like, all this, great pay and stuff. But it was the absolute best decision of my life. Like, I was just so unhappy. And it's one of those things where you can either, continue and be miserable, or you can actually chase your dream and go for it. And I'm so lucky that it actually worked out.
So when you say you've been professional for 6 years, what was your first job? Because I mean, like, I know you do cards and you've been doing cards for years. But when I say that, how did you, was it cards that got you professional?
I would say that was the first official gig. Before that, there was a comic book store in Kentucky, Lexington. It's called Heroes Realm. And I had a mutual friend of the owners, and they actually took me up there one day. They dragged me in there, and it was kind of like a surprise attack because when I went in there, I did not know that I was going to be interviewing for their free comic book day that year. My friend had kind of set it up behind my back. So that kind of spiraled me into this, like, doing comic book covers, the blanks, that you get, and then you can paint on them. So I did that. I did large canvases. And then I met another artist at a con, James Michael Hammond, and he worked for Topps at the time. And so he's like, you should do sketch cards. And I didn't know anything about sketch cards. I was like, oh, I'll look into it. So I applied, and that was in 2018. I got my first official set with Topps, which was like the Empire Strikes Back. I think it was like a black and white set. And so from then I'd worked with Dynamite. I've worked with Upper Deck. I've worked with Cryptozoic, several other official sketch card companies that I've been with since then.
So let me ask you this. So what kind of mediums and stuff do you use?
I mainly work in acrylic paint, and I have a few markers. Like, I do watercolor markers, and then I do acrylic inks, and occasionally pencils when I need them. But it's mostly acrylic paint, and it's the acrylic paint that you get from Walmart that costs like 94 cents. Like, that's what I work with. I kind of grew up, like, a little bit poor, so I've never had money for like the fancier art supplies. So I learned to paint with that, and that's still what I continue to paint with mostly today.
A lot of artists, they'll do a pencil, and then they'll come in and do a pen, and then they'll like, erase their cards and stuff like that. You don't do that. You do like a little quick sketch, and then you come in and
there's a reason for that. My dad, when he bought me that easel, I painted, and I would always do paint by numbers. So when it comes to drawing, like, I have very basic skills. I can do a rough sketch to get, like, proportions and where things could go, But like if you asked me to do a detailed pencil drawing, I couldn't do it for you. I do not have that skill set. I am just a painter. Like it's what I do. So when you see those rough sketches, it's not just me trying to like hurry up and get it done. It's just because that's as good as I'm going to draw it. Like I'm just not good in that area.
So what do you have coming up? What kind of projects do you have coming up?
Well, I'm finishing up series 4 for you guys. There's another card set that I'm doing after this. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it though. But other than that, I am just kind of taking a break from cards, and I'm going to focus I've got a long box full of blank comic variants I am dying to dig into. Like I miss doing comics. I want to spend some time, doing that again. Like I've got like Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, like some really good titles in there. I'm just itching to get to. That's my plan for the next several months.
So do you do any Comic-Cons? Any shows?
I did when I lived in Kentucky, and I retired when I moved here. I'm doing the mom life thing right now, so it's kind of hard to balance kids and cons. And if I'm being honest, they kind of stress me out a little bit. And so I'd just rather stay at home and do commissions. It makes me happier.
All right. What if there was a con close by where you live at? Would you be interested in doing one of those shows if we ever come out? Because we've been invited to, let me see, what's right north of Sarasota? Palm City? Is that a...
Oh gosh, I've not lived here long enough to know. I know Sarasota, there's Bradenton, there's several like little beach towns up through there. But yeah, if you all were set up down here, like I would definitely come out for that. But as far as like getting my own booth and doing that, like I don't have the time to do that right now.
Sure. Let me ask you, are you open for commission now?
I am, as I can squeeze them in. So I've been doing them like kind of here and there between cards. So if people are interested, they can message me. And if I can't get them in right then, like I can get their information and, set it up for later. What social media platform do you use most? The best way to get a hold of me is through Facebook, and I don't have an official like art page. It's just all through my personal page, but you can message me, follow me, friend request me on there. So.
Instagram? You do Instagram too?
I am on Instagram. I just not as often. And so if you message me there, like I might not see it. And then I do TikTok too, but like, again, not as often. So yeah, Facebook is definitely the best way to find me.
Well, I know we've talked earlier, and you're going to try to break into doing more covers. So I'm definitely going to be posting this on our comic book groups, and hopefully that you will start getting some more commissions, and hope you get exposed to the comic book world, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you were a comic book artist, I would collect your covers.
I would
definitely collect your covers. So, thank you again for coming on, and I appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
you
thanks.
Too.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed that interview with Ashley. If you want to win one of those cards, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and click the first link in the description. That's gabescave.com/giveaway something or another. Make sure it's all correct before you hit submit. You can only submit it one time, and we just want to make sure that it's all filled out. So if you do win something, we don't have trouble trying to reach you, and it can just go straight to you because it's all free. All you have to do is just subscribe and click the link. We like giving stuff away. We really love art, and we love our artists, and we want to try to do something for the communities. We just want to thank our sponsors one more time. That's rpghiring.com. and Comic Shield, comic-shield.com. Make sure you check both of them out if you're looking for a new career or you're looking to ship some comics. We'll see you next time.